Just before we begin this video, I just want to say this video started out as a quick look at GhostBSD to see new features, how it worked, etc. And I was going to do this via VirtualBox because my test machine is out of action at the moment. I don't normally use VirtualBox. It's not something I'm acquainted with. I just presume that you loaded up an image, created a virtual machine, and off you went. But there was one or two things I needed to tweak in the network settings to get full experience. Now, this does reflect on some of the experience I had with GhostBSD and VirtualBox. It's not GhostBSD's fault. It's my fault. And I did realize what the problem is halfway to 3/4 of the way in, and then I showed how usable it was. It's not GhostBSD's fault. It's mine. Just bear that in mind. Right, so before we begin, let's have a look at the release highlights for this version. The bug fixes are, it's fixed live session not starting properly. Although I've never had any problem with that. It must have been isolated to some particular hardware sets. Added gzip back to the BIOS bootloader. Fixed an issue of X11 not being created properly during setup. Okay. Some of the additions are default package protection. All right. Mark certain packages as higher priority during installation, and add HGame to KLD list. Okay. There's more details than I provided there on the actual GhostBSD release page, so check that out if you need some more in-depth info. Right, here we are in VirtualBox. You're just booting up on an image of GhostBSD. It's running in Windows, so it's a bit of a freaky experience for me. I borrowed this machine, by the way, to do it on. My test machine is not in action at the moment. I need a new graphics card. But in the meantime, we have to make do with this. So I'm presuming everything is going to be as per normal. So we're just booting up. And one thing about, oh, that's interesting, there's a little menu. One thing about GhostBSD, do you know, it's wrong to say it's boring, but it's boring in a good sense because it does everything you expect every single time. It's a weird thing. Oh, well, that was fairly quick. So we're on the live session desktop, and everything looks per normal. And let's rescale it a bit better so we can see what's happening. Right, so GhostBSD's look and feel really doesn't change that much from one release to another, and that's a good thing because you know, at least you know what you're going to get. This is no different. It's still carrying on from the last few releases where it changed the icons on the desktop and the wallpaper. You still got the usual things at the top there. The menus are, well, I'm going to say sparse. It is relatively sparse. You got some accessories there. You got Marty calculator, you got the usual tools. Although this looks new. I don't remember this. It might have been there before. I can't remember. It looks new and useful as well. So it's a good way of keeping your keys. Yeah. Eric, the developer, did say he was putting in a few extra things that he was trying to create. So maybe that's one of them. Right. So we got graphics, internet, Firefox, of course. The Office. And the bone of contention that there is no Office suite or word processor there, which really it gets me every time. You got sound and video and system tools. So the very basic setup really. And we'll have a look at the system monitor. We're running in VirtualBox and it's using up virtual memory, so that's why so much is being used up. But, you know, it's basically operating the same way it always has done. And there's the version. It's all very good. Using FreeBSD 14.1 stable. So, yes. And there's a look at the file system because it's loaded in. So, this is some tools. Is there anything else there that's a surprise? And there's places. Again, no surprise. And there's the system preferences. All of which really are duplicated in the the control center, which I think is a fantastic all-in-one tool. I'll be having a look at some of them in a bit. Print, software, and update station. The backup station uses it's like a boot snapshot to take a copy before you make any major changes to the system. And there's your version of Mate 1.28.1. I mean, that's the latest version at the time of this video, I think. So yes, let's have a look at, there you go, your volume, your network interface. If it shows you the information that it goes between, there you go. There's this IP set up by VirtualBox, and there's a calendar. So let's have a look at the control center. Like I say, everything in the menu things are available here, and it's kind of like preferable to have it in one go. The usual things, it's got all the very nice tools that we've come to know and love in GhostBSD. Scroll down there if it can. Lets me do it. I'll do it the old-fashioned way. Yeah. So then, let's have a look. And of course, if we right-click on the desktop, lets you create non-persistent folders and files, etc. Non-persistent because it won't be there once you install the system. It just for this live session only. So look at the appearance, and you've got some nice wallpapers. I mean, it's a better selection than we had many times in the past. Very artistic. Would be nice to have, again, you know, these are only petty criticisms. Be nice to have sort of like more GhostBSD themed wallpapers. And we'll change the fonts. The defaults are kind of small for me anyway. And we'll just enable the LCD. And I'll just fast forward as I change these settings. See, for my tired old eyes, this is a lot more comfortable. So, let's have a look here. There's a system from a top view. Your home folder. And you laid out the usual way with your documents and downloads and music and pictures. It's already created for you, which is a nice touch. And we'll have a look at, I don't know why, but we better do, have a look at the trash. Or the waste bin. So let's get installed in GhostBSD. And again, the process shouldn't be of any surprise if you watch my previous many videos on GhostBSD. The process is absolutely delightful. You've got a selection of languages on that side. And there's the English one there. Choose keyboard layout. One thing I was interested in though, if I choose UK, let's have a look. If I choose United Kingdom, would be nice if it chose English GB by default rather than English US. I don't think I can't remember if it does that on FreeBSD, but to me it's something that which would be more user friendly because you know, so you set the UK English UK as your language, so your keyboard layout perhaps would match the same. I'm just nitpicking here. And there's various extensive keyboard models, which is nice. Some Sun ones, which I always like to see. Again, you choose your continent. We're choosing English and then English UK. Perhaps it would choose Europe and then London, but it defaults to America. So, I mean, that's not a big deal. So we'll choose Europe and we'll go down to London. You can have full disk configuration or custom. And custom if you want to add your own partitions, etc. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to let it do it for me. So we'll leave it at default full disk. And there's not much to see on this one because we're using a VirtualBox hard disk. But if you had the real hardware, you could choose 2 disk, 3 disk, 4 disk, 5 disk, etc. 2 disk stripe. But in this case, we're only using a single disk. I'm going to leave the pool name zroot by default. I'm just going to leave that on. I'm going to, I guess I select that. It's the only one though. FreeBSD BIOS are only by default. I put in some various details. RoboNuggie. And of course it fills it out underneath in the caps for the username, which is, I do like that. Password is good. It tells you when it's super weak and when it matches up, which is, you know, these things might be a little touch, but it kind of like, it's kind of helpful. Especially if you've got a dodgy old keyboard and you can't see the letters. So there we go. I'm going to fast forward the install. and it's all done. It doesn't take long. It's super easy to do, and that's one thing I love about GhostBSD. So installation is complete. I need to restart. So I can have a restart and quickly unmount the disk, or I can shut it down and unmount the disk at my leisure, which I think would be the best thing to do. And I'll see you in the newly installed desktop. Right then, so we're booting up the VirtualBox of a newly installed GhostBSD, and we'll see if it comes on. Yep, there we go. And you get the usual presentation. You can change things. I'm just going to log in with this. It did take a while, so I don't know, it might be a VirtualBox problem. But yeah, it is GhostBSD. I don't know what else to say, really. It's a weird experience for me doing it via VirtualBox. I'm not overly keen on that, but you know, you got to do what you got to do. And we're going to change. Nah, I'll tell you what, I'm just going to see if I can. I'll just delete it. Yeah, I'm just going to disable the screensaver, because I guarantee if I leave it for more than 5 minutes, it'll kick in and it won't look too good. So I'm just going to disable screensaver, undo them, power management. I'm just going to, yeah, let's take that down to never. I don't know what I'm doing. There you go. And we'll have a look at any updates, I think. Should we look at that? There you go. Now I'm going to try see if there's any updates, and we'll see how that goes. Well, it's taken a long time. I don't know what the problem is, so probably I'll fast forward this. 1 minute 18 just to get some updates, which is not good. I mean, it did pull in quite a few updates, but still, I mean, I don't know. GhostBSD usually is quite not the fastest in the world for downloading. But that was a long time just to pull in a new list of updates. But anyway, it's a modest size selection, so we'll get cracking with that. It creates a backup boot environment by default, which is excellent. Just in case things go a bit screwy, you can always roll back to an earlier version before you started updating. That's a wonderful feature. Okay, let's get going. Hopefully it won't take as long. Yeah, we're getting up to, that's nearly 25 minutes. An update failed. I have no idea what's going on. Crikey. Let's have a look at the log. Does it tell me? I'm just going to scroll down to the bottom there. Package, static, cast was missing. Okay, well, it didn't grab Firefox. It looks like it was, but then it stopped. Okie dokie. I've not had this before. Must be a VirtualBox thing. It's always behaved on the test machine. So we'll try the update again. And it's done it this time. Has it? Well, try again. Well, like I say, I'll fast forward this again, but my goodness me. And this is just... Oh, we've finished. Hooray. So, total time from start to finish of updating is 37 minutes. Not good. So anyway, this computer needs to be restarted, so we'll restart it. So hopefully things will be a bit quicker. So we'll just log in again. Notice that the changes I made earlier to the fonts didn't carry over from the live session. So we'll check out, I don't know, we'll check out, say, Firefox. So, hopefully this loads up. Hopefully. Are we going to do it? Yeah, there we go. That took a... Do you know, even on an old spinning hard drive, it's still quicker than... Oh, never mind. I guess you can tell that I'm not keen on virtual machines. So we'll just go into YouTube and see how it loads up. Of course, I'm not logged in. It's going to look like this. Right, so we're having a look at the best YouTube channel in the entire universe. And here it is. I'm not going to play anything because I can tell that things will work all right. It's rendering the page relatively quick. And yeah, all right, that'll do. You got a little automatic thing going on there. Oh, no worries with that. So I'm going to check my internet speed. I know it should be. It's not the fastest in the world anyway, but I know what it should be. So we'll have a look at speed test. Well, that's not good. It spends on 0. Let's have a look. 5's falling. Marvellous. And there's no one else on the internet at the moment. Oh, that's not good, is it? I mean, I haven't got the fastest internet at the moment, but it should be in the region of about 28 to 30. And we're just barely reaching 1.9. So that's probably why everything is really slow. Okay, well, there you go. Looking in VirtualBox, I realised what the problem was. I looked it online, of course, and it says it defaults to NAT as your chosen connection method. And I moved it down to bridged adapter and changed that promiscuous mode. I mean, it was on deny, and I changed it. I don't know if I would change it. I changed it to allow all. I don't know if that's good or bad. And it seemed to cure the problem. So we'll have another look after I made them changes. So we'll go down to Firefox and have a look at a speed test. And that is much better. That's what it should be. I know you're probably somebody laughing at, probably thinking, oh, that's not very fast, but you know, it's what I've got, and that's what the speed it should have been. So that's very odd. I don't know if that's is that just a my setup problem? I don't know. Anyway, so bearing that in mind, let's have a look at installing the software again. So it's going to be LibreOffice again. Oh, it's delaying again, so maybe it didn't make any difference. Oh, is he going to do it? Come on. We've got movement. Yeah. Oh, okay. That's a bit quicker. That's good then. So we're going to have a look for LibreOffice. It didn't install last time, or didn't fully download. I have no idea what it disappeared to. So English GB. And try again. And confirm. Right, so I'm going to time it again. And I think, let's have a look, we have 2 minutes 53. And it's installed. So just under 2 minutes 53. That may not be the fastest that you could go, but at least it worked and it was a lot quicker. So yeah, that's really odd. It kind of put me off using VirtualBox again. At least I now know what the problem is. But wow, that shouldn't have been like that. So here we are, and LibreOffice is going to type hello, the obligatory welcome. Everything looks fine and feels okay. And we're not going to save that, of course. So what we're going to do next is, well, it's kind of like related to LibreOffice. I'm going to try, no, it's quicker if I do it this way. We're going to try and configure the printer, which is something that I always get asked. Mine's a network printer, so, you know, it's relatively easy to set up. So you unlock it, and then it says there are no printers configured yet. Okay. So add. So one thing I love about GhostBSD, that it makes this process really easy. So we network printer, and it's obviously detected it straight away. And we'll just forward. Searching for drivers. There we go. So it's already automatically on generic at the top, and from what I can remember, that will work fine for what I need it. PCL laser recommended, and that's already highlighted that, which is kind of cool. Duplexer, I'm going to select that, don't do any harm. I'm going to leave things default. You could change the name of it. And would you like a printer test page? And that's gone through. And I can hear the printer starting up. And out comes a page in a minute. There we go. Well, that works fine. So, yeah, this is a strange one. It's not really a review of GhostBSD because there's not much goes wrong, if you understand what I mean. It's got to a point now, like I say, where it's boring, but in a good way. You have a product which is fully functioning. There are obviously going to be bugs and errors and all sorts of things that need to be fixed, but I've not come across any showstoppers. There's been one or two little things which you think, but nothing show-stopping, nothing dramatic. And that's great. That's fantastic. It's a testament to the FreeBSD underlying operating system that, they're running the base, but GhostBSD on top with its usability is also good. So you've got a really good product here, and it shows you how FreeBSD could be and should be and can be out of the box a user-friendly, desktop-orientated OS. And I have complete respect for Eric, the lead developer, and for everyone else who works on the project. Your work it's a labor of love, and you can tell and you can feel it. You can feel the dedication that he's got towards it. It's at the top of its game at the moment. I think it's brilliant. Not so much for my experience using VirtualBox, but that's not GhostBSD's fault. It's my fault. Not using it, not understanding what I was doing. But I worked out the network thing, and once that happened, the thing just ran automatically fine. So yes, not a full review. I'll probably do a full review in a while. I'll look at hardware, connecting various things to it and stuff like that. But for now, I just wanted to have a look, and I wanted to test GhostBSD, and we all know how that went on VirtualBox. Anyway, thanks for putting up with me. I bet if you've got any air left, and if you haven't, if you're still able to scream at the monitor, thinking of my complete stupidity and not getting things sorted out earlier, then I would love it for you to join me in the next video. And thank you for watching this one, and I'll catch you next time. Sure. Why is it a yawn? Is it a nervous thing? Yeah, I think it's a nervous thing. It must be a nervous thing. Because I just start yawning. It's really odd. I get all tired and yawning. I just need to relax.